Los Angeles, lovely city, but has always been running out of water, yet a new industry could save LA.
6 desalination stocks could save Santa Monica.
Okay, Jack, let's just get right to it. Do you want the good news or you want the bad news first?
Hit me off with the bad news.
Okay, here's the bad news. Bad news, Colorado River, also a lovely river, is so dry, the federal government just declared an emergency situation.
Yeah, the first ever Tier 2 water shortage for Arizona and Nevada, which the river flows into.
I don't know what's worse, Tier 3 or Tier 1, but I don't like the Tier 2 escalation in by any means.
Yeah, so the feds are going to use the Hoover Dam and other dams to reduce the amount of water that flows to the southwestern states.
It's going to affect 40 million Americans, affects farms, affects cities, politicians under pressure. It's not pretty out there.
This is bad news. Climate change and a 23-year-long drought in a river basin.
Jack, perfect moment for us to sprinkle on a little good news context.
Please.
California, come on down. Can you tell us the good news, please?
California has been figuring out how to live in drought conditions for over 100 years.
Los Angeles, lovely weather.
Fantastic weather. It never rains.
Jack and I were just recording a podcast there. We got tan while in the studio.
Turns out, though, that never raining part about Los Angeles, kind of an issue.
Yeah, so back in 1913, about the time when Velveeta was getting invented, they built the Los Angeles Aqueduct, which was critical.
It was a man-made river that flew across the state from like the border of Nevada all the way to Los Angeles.
Well, even that river has been running dry, so California has a brand new plan to fix their drought.
And that plan is desalination.
Desalination, which is science Latin speak for please take the salt out immediately.
Yes, California is taking ocean water and boiling or filtering it to turn it into fresh Dasani-style drinkable water.
California actually has 12 desalination plants with more proposed and under construction.
If you're in Santa Monica right now, or if you're on the Catalina Island for that wine mixer.
Take a sip because that's not Chardonnay, baby.
No, it's not. Half the water you're drinking in those places is desalinized water that used to be on the beach.
We repeat, if you're on the Santa Monica boardwalk, if you look over to the right, you're drinking. You're drinking that. That's been desalinated.
It's not just the West Coast. Florida and Rhode Island, they have major desalination plants too.
And they don't even have a Catalina wine mixer.
Now, some people, we should say, are opposed to this whole desalination thing because the plants can mess with their sunset view on the beach.
But if the coast can drink the ocean, then the rest of the country has some more water to drink too.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Waiter, hold the salt. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over in the desalination stocks?
Prevent or adapt, we are trying both.
Okay, Yetis, Jack and I jumped in T-Boy style. Desalination is actually investable. There are half a dozen public stocks desalinating our oceans right now.
General Electric is one of them. They provide the equipment.
Classic.
And Poseidon Water, that's another. They're building the plants.
In fact, Poseidon is already desalinating 10% of San Diego's water.
Now, the focus of climate change stories is typically about how to reduce the amount of carbon that we emit.
Exactly. How to prevent climate change.
But there's an entire part of the economy focusing on adapting to climate change.
For example, Jack and I have told you about the air conditioner companies, which are the duct tape of climate change.
They help us adapt to climate change, not prevent it.
Desalination companies, that could save California.
Because an entire segment of the economy is focusing on adapting to climate change.
Thanks for jumping in T-Boy style, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more pop biz that you need.